In 1939, a World's Fair kindled dreams for a world of tomorrow with unparalleled opportunities. A world shaped by science, technology, and invention.
Electro, come here. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, walking up to greet you under his own power.
Man continually strives to replace the old with the new. And so we see some suggestion of the things to come.
Yarn and textile production may have changed less than any other activity of non-mechanized people. High in the Andes, the Queiros Indians make fabrics from wool, using a warp pattern technique in the weaving.
It made the display of personal courage rather irrelevant. They felt that primal forces were overwhelming them. Can you fight a volcano? Can you fight an earthquake? It reduced man to an ant. He felt like an insect under the foot of some titan.
The cavalry charge. War in all its imagined glory. Pounding hooves and weapons spinning in the sun. Stroke and thrust and flash and cry for quarter or for victory. This is how it was supposed to be. Daring charges of glory and flashing valor. Thus would young men go off to fight the first great war of this century, dreaming of chivalry. Except the fields of combat offered not chivalry or grandeur, but this. The machine gun, spewing death in a furious black rain of indiscriminate horror. Look closely. Here is the herald of this century's steady advance toward total war.
A rifleman, if he's going to use his weapon effectively, there must be a degree, I suppose, of personal choice about it. He must look at a fellow human being, decide that he is the man he is going to try and kill, and line his sights out accordingly. A machine gun is not like that. It is impersonal. It produces a stream of bullets, and the purpose of which is to catch whomsoever it may be, rather as fishermen don't have a particular fish in mind when they cast a net into the sea. And of course, the machine gunners were given a very rigorous training in what they had to do. In a sense, they were depersonalized by the training before they actually came face to face with the enemy. They were working a machine, if you like. Their concentration was on the machine and the process that they had to perform, not on the targets. They were trained to strike a smart tap on the side of the gun as they were doing this. And each time it was supposed to move 2 inches. And this, of course, produced what we call traversing fire. It's the sort of thing you see in films like Paths to Glory or All Quiet on the Western Front, when you see waves of infantry going down like corn before the side of the machine gun.
We know it today as World War I, but then it was simply called the Great War. It was a new way of fighting. Mechanized firepower reducing the individual soldier to an interchangeable part in the impersonal technology of war.
Harvest was my favorite time of year. The trees were so fat with fruit I thought they looked like cows waiting to be milked. Dad would drive through the grove and pick oranges from a few different trees to see if they were ripe. We girls were the official tasters.
Well, my grandfather, the way he farmed was to take some native prairie and plow it up and plant some cereal grains in it. And he would raise wheat or barley or oats in that plot of ground, under that plot of soil, until the nutrients were depleted. And then he would abandon that and break up a new piece of native prairie.
They called it sod busting. There were new machines that made it easy. Wheat prices were high, and there was the endless prairie waiting for the plow.
1915 down tune, 2002, anywhere we're going to do. Yes, sir. 35's the buy, right up to the pickup place.
I just love farming.
I'll tell you what, folks.
As farmers go broke and lose their farms, the land from that farm gets added to land of larger farmers. Over 80% of agricultural production now is produced by less than 20% of the farmers. And that will continue.
Who wants to give me a starting bid in that good buggy?
Conventional farms must get bigger to survive financially. Bigger farms means management will move off the kitchen table and into corporate offices. This will mean a more industrial approach to growing food.